Hello everyone, Atma Namaste, welcome back to Red Lotus Prana. It's Friday, it's Valentine's Day, and I thought let's do a video. For those of you that join us every Sunday for 3 years to do the forgiveness meditation live, when we stopped doing that about 2 years ago, did voice the very common opinion that you really missed the story time. Many of you shared that it helped you to, align it with what is happening in your life and how you can conquer some of those things. Because, we always take that story time and blend it in with a teaching from Grandmaster Choa Kaksui. It just allowed for us to, connect things a little bit better so we could understand how to handle things when we were in a crisis. And so here I am on Valentine's Day. It is the day of love, and everybody's busy, getting chocolates and roses, which is quite beautiful because anything that activates your heart helps you align with your higher soul as well. There's something to be said about heart activation, and recognizing the being of love within us, right? And so what I thought was, why don't we rekindle, that love for story time today? But before I do, it'll be important for me to reiterate that almost all the teachings that I share with you come from one source. Grandmaster Choa Kaksui. He's the founder of modern pranic healing and Arhatic yoga. I have implemented his teachings in my life, in almost every aspect of my life. And I can absolutely say with complete certainty that much of the success that I have attained in the last decade or so has been because of it. So let's get back to that story time. One day, a teacher decided to teach her first grade class about hatred. She told her students to bring with them a potato for every classmate they didn't like. So if you didn't like one person in the class, you'd bring one potato. And if you disliked multiple classmates, you'd bring multiple potatoes. The next day, some children brought 1 or 2 potatoes, but some brought 5 or 6 or even 10 potatoes. The teacher was in shock. So she put into play the next part of the experiment. She told the students that they will need to carry that bag of potatoes in their backpack everywhere they go for at least 1 week. Surprisingly, the students agreed and did just that for an entire week. After a week, when they came into class, almost all the children were complaining that the bag was just too heavy and the smell was now unbearable. They were losing friends because no one wanted to eat lunch next to them anymore. The stench of the rotten potatoes was just too bad. The teacher explained to her students, "Carrying hatred in your hearts is like carrying the burden of the potatoes in that bag. And the longer you let that hatred fester and sit with you, it becomes rotten and you start to emit that type of energy, or almost rotten smell wherever you go. Your hearts are meant to hold love and compassion for everyone, including yourselves. Don't fill it with the smell of rotten potatoes. Learn to accept others and recognize their divinity. Learn to forgive and let go." Forgiveness. So today on Valentine's Day, I'd like to speak to you a little bit about forgiveness. A lot of times when Grandmaster invokes before a meditation or after and gives thanks, he also thanks, the higher beings for forgetfulness. Well, why? Why would you want forgetfulness? I thought we have to keep our minds sharp and we have to be intelligent. But what he's actually saying in that moment of invoking for forgetfulness is, bless us with forgetfulness so that we can now let go and forgive others. As St. Francis has said, it is in forgiving that we are forgiven. So a lot of times when you love someone, it's a little bit easier to forgive them, right? A parent is very unconditional with their love for their children. No matter how many mistakes they make, many times, yes, we have to discipline them, but we have the ability to let go, to forgive, to forget, because there's so much unconditional love. But that's not the case in every relationship, right? We have different kinds of relationships. We have people we work with. We have people that are acquaintances. We have those that we are related to. We have those that we see in passing. We have people that we go to school with. There's so many different types of relationships, and to have that quality of unconditional love, it's just not possible. Grandmaster Choa says that when you hold anger and hatred in your heart, you create an energetic link between you and that person. This actually binds you to this person. And through this energetic link, you start to throw things back and forth. And now you become entangled with that person. essentially you become chained to them. So, when we're thinking of someone we love, we think of them all the time. But the same thing with anger and hatred, except it's a little bit stronger. So when you're really upset with someone or angry and it's now turned into hatred and then it continues to vengefulness and, all kinds of things, right? We'll talk a little bit about the different stages of forgiveness in a different video. But just for the purposes of this one, if you want to get, untangled from that chain, if you want to release yourself, you have to forgive and you have to forget. Now, how do we do this? How do we forgive and how do we forget? So if you go to Red Lotus Prana, you'll see a forgiveness meditation. The one that we've shared on there so far is the one that we did about 3 years ago on Valentine's Day with quite a few participants. So the group energy is quite beautiful. And so you can practice that if you'd like. Another quick way, because now all of us don't have 10, 15 minutes a day. It happens, right? But sometimes, we're holding on to this anger, resentment so much, and we just want to feel peace from it. So there's simple techniques that Grandmaster has taught. You just close your eyes, you put your hands at the center of your chest, and you make sure that the thumbs here are touching the center of your chest. And when this happens, you're now activating your heart chakra, okay? So many of you will feel like a release right there. So you activate your heart chakra, you close your eyes, and you imagine that person in front of you, okay? Look into their eyes. Now imagine them turning into brilliant light. It could be just white light. You're basically now recognizing the fact that they are not their behavior, they are the soul, right? They are a child of God, they're one with God, they're one with all. So when you imagine them as light, you put your hands over here, you close your eyes, and you just say quietly, "You are completely forgiven. May God's peace, love, and blessings be with you. May God's peace, love, and blessings be with me. I forgive you. I release you." Okay, just inhale, exhale slowly. Imagine them as light, and then continue this and just do this 7 times. Give this technique a try for 7 days and see if it actually helps you let go of some of that anger and resentment. If you start to feel a little bit more relaxed about the whole situation or that person, then go ahead and practice the forgiveness meditation, the technique taught by Grandmaster on our channel, Red Lotus Prana. You'll find it, it'll be labeled as the forgiveness technique. So that's what I wanted to share with you on Valentine's Day. I wish you so much love, happiness, and joy every day, because you know what? When you really love someone, every day should be Valentine's Day, right? So until next time, remember to subscribe, hit like, and ring that bell so you'll be notified of our next video. We also want to hear from you, so I would love for you to share more about anything. If the videos are helping you, I plan on being a little bit more consistent. We had to take a little break for 2 weeks because my body got sick, and so sometimes the universe finds ways to slow us down if we don't take the breaks that we need. Anyways, we're back and we're excited to share more with you very soon. We're still doing the Great Invocation, by the way, Mondays to Fridays at 7 a.m. Central. So if you would like to get some information on that, we can send you the link. Make a comment on the channel and let us know that you're interested, and we'll get back to you. So until next time, Atma Namaste and have a beautiful day.